Welcome back to the New Paranormal. I'm Professor Joseph Dent. In the last episode, we talked about paradigm shifts, how science changes when its current model can no longer explain observations. Today, we're going to talk about something subtle but incredibly important, because across multiple disciplines, including physics, neuroscience, and consciousness studies, some new theories are beginning to emerge. And what's interesting is not just what they have to say individually, but what they seem to be pointing toward collectively. These theories go by different names. Some come from quantum physics, others from neuroscience, others from more speculative areas of research. They don't all agree on the details. In fact, in some cases, they contradict each other. But when you step back and look at the broader pattern, something strange begins to emerge. They all seem to be pointing in the same direction, toward a model where consciousness is not confined to individual brains. Instead, they suggest something closer to this, that consciousness may behave less like a product and more like a field, something that exists not inside us, but through us. In this model, the brain is not the generator of consciousness, but a receiver, or perhaps a filter, a way of tuning in to a broader underlying reality. From this perspective, what we experience as individual minds may be more like nodes in a network, localized expressions of something much larger, each of us having our own perspective, our own memories, and our own sense of identity, and yet still connected. Not separate in the way we tend to assume, but differentiated, like waves on the surface of the same ocean. What's fascinating is that this idea keeps reappearing in different forms, from different directions, as if multiple lines of inquiry are independently arriving at the same possibility. And that raises an interesting question. Is this convergence a coincidence? Or is it a sign that we're beginning to glimpse something real? Now, to be clear, this doesn't mean that all these theories are correct just because they're converging on a similar concept. We don't want to jump to any conclusions just yet. Science requires consensus, that much is certain. And while these theories are heading in that direction, they're not there yet. I can say this, however. According to Thomas Kuhn, this is exactly what it looks like just before a new paradigm shift begins. We can see a pattern starting to form, emerging from different academic fields and lining up with texts from ancient cultures. That pattern suggests that what we think of as personal, private, and separate is really connected at a deeper level. If that's true, then it means that consciousness doesn't belong to each of us as individuals, because consciousness is actually something that we all participate in together. If that's true, it wouldn't just change science, it would change how we understand ourselves and each other. And that's just the kind of question that this channel wants to explore. That's going to do it for today. We'll see you next time. Until then, remember that I love you, and stay furious. All power to the people.